So let's take a look at IC number 42. What's the abbreviation for slope? It's an M. Abbreviation for y-intercept is B. And what's the slope of this equation? Well, you look right in front of the x, and so it would be a 4, positive 4. What's the y-intercept of this? Well, it would be the negative 2. So the trick here is that they put a positive 2 here for those that may forget to look in front of the y-intercept. Always remember to look at the sign. Now, this one, I'm going to show you my strategy, my pattern for doing it. The first thing that we need to do is we look at the y-intercept. So the y-intercept was 4, and so that one's right. This one, it's sitting here at 4, so it can't be B, so we throw it out. When we look at C, again, we're looking at the y-intercept. The line should be crossing there, but it's not there, so it's not C either. And it's not D, so it's not D, C, or B. But let's take a look at the slope for the equation, negative 5 over 2, so we would go down 5 and to the right 2. So down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over to the 2, 1, 2. So A is the correct answer. Here's number 6. Let's go through and do the same thing again. So let's go down and hit play on this. And again, what we do is we focus on the y-intercept. So in this case, negative 4. And this is right where it should be. Again, on B, it's not at negative 4, so it's not B. Here's C, it's negative 4, and so it could be C. And D, it's not that one. So now we'll come back up, and we've got to determine between A and C. So let's look at the slope. It should go up 3 and over 5. So we start here at a y-intercept, and we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's right on the line. So A is going to be the right answer, but let's go down and actually prove to ourselves that it's not C. You'll see us go up 3 and to the right 5 and see if we wind up on the line again, and we will not. We go up 3 and to the right 5, just like the slope tells us to, but we're out here in the middle of nowhere. This line is way over here, so it can't be C. So we know for sure that the answer is A. For the solution, we just need to take this ordered pair and plug it into the x and y. So this is the x, 7 is the y. Now, once we plug it into the equation, since we don't have the graph, we're just trying to see, does it make it a true statement? 3 times 4 would be 12, and 12 plus 2 is 14. So 7 does not equal 14, so we know that, hey, this ordered pair is not a solution. Same thing's happening here. We don't have a graph, so we just plug in our x value, plug in our y value, and see what we get. So negative 20 equals negative 20. That means that, yes, this ordered pair is a solution to this. If we saw it on a graph, this point would be on the line of this equation. Even though we have decimals, we're going to do the exact same thing. So since we don't get the same number, it does not make a true statement. It is not a solution. Even though the equation is a little bit different, we're still plugging the x in for x and the y in for y and seeing if it's a true statement. Now, keep in mind, this is not the same number. Negative 2 is different than 2, so it's not a true statement. So it is not a solution. And since 0 does equal 0, we know that yes, it is a solution. I like these because they're fairly simple. Basically, you go and you graph this given point, this ordered pair, you put it on this graph down here, and if it's on the line, it's a solution. If it's off the line, it's not. So there's 0, 2. 0 is the x value, so it starts right here, and then y is the um, y value, so we go up 2, and there's our dot right there, right where that green dot is. Since it's not on the line, it's not a solution. Same thing with this one. Go graph -2, -4. So we'd go over to -2 and down to -4. It's right on the line, so it is a solution. Now these, it says, you got to read the question, which of the following is not a solution? That means 3 of these are a solution and 1 of them is not. That means 3 of them will be on this line and 1 will not. So 4, -3. So here's 4, -3. 0, 5, 0, 5, and here's 2, 1, so 2, 1. So these 3 are on the line. That means this one's not going to be on there. 0, 2 is sitting off the line, so D is not the solution because it's not on the line. Now these are basically, hey, can we please go complete this table? If I tell you that x is 3, then we rewrite the equation, and where we see x, we're going to make it a 3. Okay, so it told us x is 3, so that's why we made this x into a 3. We don't know what the y is. We've got to go solve for it. 1/3 times 3 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So y is actually equal to 5. Now, we want to go find y again. So y equals 1/3 times x. What did they say x was? X, they said, was 0. So that's why I made that x is 0. 1/3 times 0 plus 4. Well, 1/3 times 0 is 0. And 0 plus 4 is 4. So y would equal to 4. Last one. This one, they're going to change it up a little bit. They're going to give us the y value and say go solve for x. So here's the normal equation. Where I saw the y, I have to replace it with the 3. And the x we've got to go solve for. And before you panic, hey, this is a two-step equation. Which one do I get rid of first? The lonely number, the one that's being added or subtracted. We do the opposite to both sides. And we wind up with this. -1 equals 1/3 times x. And since 1/3 is multiplying x, we need to divide this side by 1/3 and divide this side by 1/3. And we get x equals -3. So what is x? X is equal to -3.